Okay, it seems somebody is joining us. Let me check. All right. So welcome again. This program is brought to you by Talent Digit. Talent Digit is a digital training firm. What we do, we train students on digital skill, most especially those who are starting in tech. All right, these are the people that we train. Also, we train professional as well. We train, organization staff. If you are working for a particular company, we train you to work effectively well in your particular job role. People are joining, so sorry about that. I will have to admit them. All right, so like I said, we have various training options, right? We have classroom training. We are based here in Abuja. We have live online classes. This is something like we are doing now, right? So live virtual classes is that method in which you interact with the instructor, like what we're having now. We also have self-paced courses. So if you want to learn self-paced on our platform, you can pick up any self-paced course and enroll and start learning immediately. The online classes, are cohort-based classes, right? We have cohort starting in April. Classroom training can happen anytime. So that is the various learning options that we have. So we can go to talentdigit.com for more details. So now, what makes us special is the fact that all our training are absolutely practical, right? And then when you enroll with us, you are given a personalized portfolio page where you can house all your project in one place. You agree with me that organizations now do not really believe in your CVs. They believe in what you can do. So Talent Digit gives you a personalized portfolio page. As you learn with us, we give you a personalized portfolio page where you can put in all your projects. So any organizations that want to contract you, that want to hire you and ask you, they want to see what you have done, you can simply share with them your personalized link. And when they click on that link, they see the project you have built, they see your LinkedIn account, and then they can download your CV. So this is only on Talent Digit. I hardly see other organizations that do this. All right, so this is our unique advantage, right? So verifiable certificate. When you learn with us, you get a certificate that can be verified. You get a personalized reference letter. So we give you a reference letter if any organization requests for this. We also optimize your LinkedIn profile. Remember, we have optimized a lot of student LinkedIn profile. You can agree with me that most students, if you go there, their LinkedIn profile is absolutely blank. The banner is empty and things are not organized. So these are the things that we do as part of our recruitment services, right? We help students to optimize their LinkedIn profile so that they can be visible. So we also offer CV and cover letter development. These are free services, right? You don't pay a dime. Last year, we created almost 300 CVs and cover letters for our learners. Then, like I told you, portfolio that gets you hired. So we give you a page, a portfolio page, which you can house all your project in one place. And of course, you belong to a vibrant community. Okay, so this training is all about AI automation. And before we call our facilitator to start the practical aspect of it, we need to know exactly what AI is, right? So I will confirm if you can hear me, please. Can you still hear me? I don't want to be the one talking only to myself.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
All right. So what is AI? I know you can see it right here. You can see my screen right now, what artificial intelligence is, right? AI is the ability of machines or computers to perform tasks that usually will require human intelligence. So let me tell you something. AI is best at reasoning. AI is very good at analyzing and thinking. So anything, any task that requires the ability to think, to reason, to analyze, These are the things that AI can do, right? And sometimes AI can do much better. So those things that requires you to think, for instance, you're writing a proposal, or you are developing, you're writing a book, or anything you do that requires you to think. I'm not sure there is anything that you do that doesn't really require you to think. These are the things that you can outsource to AI, right? It's very important you know this. So AI is powered by two technologies. What makes AI to behave the way it does? These are the two things: machine learning and deep learning. Learning and deep learning. These are the things that made AI to behave the way it does. Now, let me give you another, example of what AI is, right? Imagine you are an accountant, right? Then I am a medical doctor. Then we also have a lawyer. Okay. Now, when a lawyer needs the services of an accountant, what happens? The lawyer will meet accountant, right? And it comes with a fee, right? When a medical doctor needs the service of a lawyer, it contacts a lawyer and it comes with a fee. Now, what if there was a platform, a repository of knowledge that combines all these things together and you access them through interface? This is exactly what AI is all about. All right, please permit me accepting people in. All right, so that's how it is. There is no organization that is not using AI at the moment. All right, even for recruitment, they use AI to recruit you. They use AI to scan your CV. We have developed a lot of AI automation services or software for companies to use and screen candidates, right? So if you as an individual person, if you're not using AI for your career, then you are competing directly with AI. Because when you are invited for an interview, right, they use AI to judge the confidence level, your competence level. You may not know, they will talk to AI and then tell the AI that, okay, a candidate is coming in for an interview, judge the person's ability and competence. So these are the things that you need to be aware of, that you need to really embrace artificial intelligence because it has come to stay. And most especially, businesses are doing things manually, right? For example, in a typical business, you see that they use Facebook to run ads. They use Google Workspace for their activities, their meetings. They use CRM like Zoho CRM. They use Monday CRM. They use a lot of tools. Now, these tools, they are doing things manually, right? AI automation helps you to do what? To kind of bring all these things together and automate the process. So, for example, let me give you this scenario. Let's say you're running an ad for a product where people will have to fill a form and then they want to schedule a meeting with you. Now, imagine the number of people that is going to fill that form, and you have to manually generate a meeting link and send to them. All right, that is an example of the manual process. Okay, so you want people to register for your product, so you can have a Google meeting with them. So when they register on that form, you have to manually copy their emails, schedule a meeting, and send to them. Now, what if there are 20 people, 100 people registering at the same time? So this is what AI automation can do for you. You don't need to do this manually. AI can generate meeting link, and automatically, as they register on that form, AI will do what? Will schedule a meeting with them. All right. So I'll invite our facilitator. His name is Mr. Ahmed Salu, and then he's a senior software engineer and AI automation expert. He's coming to introduce you to AI automation using anything. It's going to be absolutely practical. So, Mr. Ahmed, over to you. Can you hear me, Mr. Ahmed?
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ahmed Salio. So I'll be your facilitator for today to show you how automation works. There are two types of automation. The one that we can do without AI. Maybe like you automate application, you can automate Google Sheets when the data comes in, then sends an email to maybe supervisor. This is one part of automation. Another one is where we use AI. Like you add AI agents to the automation. So the one we will be doing for today is the one that we'll be using applications whereby we know the manual tasks already. We just want to automate it by using this platform. The platform we'll be using is N8N. There are other platforms too which do the automation. They have their own different advantages, features. Like N8N, it's open source. Open source means it's free to use. You can use it locally. And they also have cloud where you can do all your automations. So I'll be sharing my screen. I'll be using local because the cloud one have a free version which is 14 days and my account has expired. So but I can use my local one, which is why we select the N8 and allow you to do it locally. Okay. I'm trying to share my screen. Not this one. One minute. Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay. So I'm using the local. The local you can get it on your local machine by downloading it online. Download N8 and then you will need. I'm just saying this because this is not part of the practical side. When you subscribe for the course, you will be able to, everything has been covered. This is just an introductory course. So once I have it installed on my local, then I'll start it with N8 and start. Once it starts running, then I can now access it on my browser. So it's coming up. This is what we are going to achieve. Other processing. I'm just showing you the finished one, but we are going to start from beginning to the end together. Let me give a demo of this. Let's say, for example, this automation is live, though it's on my local. Then we embed it on the website. This form, then a customer fill out the form. We ask for their name.
Mr. Ahmed, please, can you maybe share the entire window because we can't see the form? I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, I can hear you.
Yes, maybe you can probably share your entire window so that we can see pops
Entire
up, maybe
window.
pop up. Yes.
Okay.
So while Mr. Ahmed is doing that, please, this session is recorded, so you might not need to practice at the moment, okay? Once we are done, we are going to share the recordings in the group, okay? So you can just listen and probably take notes and jot down your questions. So at the end of the session, we're going to ask questions and we'll attend to your questions accordingly. Thank you.
Okay, you should be able to see the form pop up now. Sharing the entire screen. Can you see the form?
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So I enter my email. And I specify the product name. I select the category. Then I submit. So the automation now the trigger have started, right? Because this is a web, we call this web node. That form you submitted, we send the data here and also trigger it that, okay, this automation can start its process now. Then once it got here we simulate the payment process by, okay, using this wait node. This is simply say, okay, we've gotten your request for this order, then this we will send it to the payment platform. Most of the time, it's always a third-party application, so you need to send the request to the payment platform. So if the payment is successful, then we'll move on to retrieve the user's detail. But if it's not, then we email the user that your payment that you tried to process was not successful. Now, I will use my browser now to just simulate this process that, okay, we've sent the payment to the third-party application. Then what we are expecting from response from the third-party application is, okay, ID of this request, then amount that will send we're selling the products. That one will have been there already. So I'm just picking this one as an example. Already I want to know the status. Is this successful or not? And again, I also take the email. All this data, the data I sent to the third-party platform to just confirm the payment. So if the payment is successful, we'll proceed. And email. So I run this. Then this also signified that, okay, yes, it went successfully. Here is the data that I just sent through the browser. The ID, the amount of the product. Okay, now the payment platform now is telling me that it's successful. So if it's successful, then okay, I can proceed to the next stage. And yes, we'll proceed to this. Then here, if it's successful, we retrieve the user's information, the details. Here's where I prepare it. I mean, I extract, because if you send requests to other application, the way they structure their data might not be the way I'm using it here. So I have to prepare the way I'm using it. This is what this node is meant for. Then here, I pull all the data that from the payment, from the order and the customer together, then send a notification that your payment is successful. Now we can move to our own, the demo that I want to do here. so that I'll create it fresh. So using N8N to create automation, you start from here, you use this plus sign, you can see. So I want to create workflow. Then the first thing I will create is trigger. Trigger is what I explained earlier. That is where the whole automation starts from. This is where the form that you submit comes to, and when it gets the request, then it starts the automation. This trigger uses form to collect information, and we're using N8N on the new form. So here I'll just fill it out. Here you can, for now, we are not using authentication just for this demo, but if we are going live, definitely we want to protect our automation. I will just give it a title of order, customer order. Yeah, I'll leave the description for now. I will add name. I can also select element type. For now, this will be receiving text, so I will leave it as text input. Then I'll add another one for the email. Email. I will only change the element type to email. I will add another one for the product name. Product name, I'll leave it as text input. I'll add another one, the product category. I will change this one to drop down because I want the user to be able to select more options like gadgets. Add another option. Call it accessories. Okay, let's add another one. I'll call this one clothing. And our form is ready. This is a form node, which we can use to collect information from our users. So I will execute so that we'll be able to see it like the other one that we used to collect it. So yes, this is the form. Form is ready. I want to input data because as you introduce, you are building the automation. Our building block is node. We call it node. So as you are introducing every node that carry out each step of the task, you should be testing along so that you have data that you will pass to another node, the new node that you are introducing. So I'm testing now, then I pass Salio Ahmed. The email is salio.lito@gmail.com. Product name is Yusankara. Select clothing as the category. Then form submitted. Form submitted successfully. Here now, this node is called our form node, and our data is now available here. So now I have form node. I need another node, which I will be able to hold the data and then send the request to that third-party platform, which is the one managing our payment for us, right? So I will introduce another node, which I call set node. This is used to prepare your data the way you want it, like a variable. Let me give an example. if you look at here, the name word starts with a capital letter N, and most of the time we don't really, we might not, when you create your variable, you don't need to make it a capital letter. So for that reason, I can decide to prepare it in a way that I'm used to, that will be consistent throughout the whole automation. Okay, so there are two ways you can do it. Is it that you had, is it that you come here and click add field? If I come here and click add field, then yeah, the field will be here. Then I just need to type the name of that variable that I want. So for example, if I pull this one in here as the value, then here I'll just change it to small letter. Another way of doing it is you can just drag this to here and it's already there. All you need to do is to just rename it the way you want. Yeah. And this one now, I want it to join together. There's no space between them. I'm just renaming this as well. Product category. And I need to know the date. So instead of saying submitted at, I can say when the request was entered. Let us leave it at this. And for consistency's sake, I will also rename this as this. Once I'm done with that, I will just execute. Then nothing really happened here, but if you look at the output here, the name is now what I want it to be. All right. So next, I need to talk to the third API. A user has sent a request now. Okay, I want to send it to the payment. Now, okay, do you know so person? Does he have accounts with you? And is want to pay for so thing? Then I need HTTP node. We call it HTTP node to make that request. All I want to do is to reach out to the payment platform that so person wants to buy so thing, and I need to remove the dot from the account. And we all know what this process, but okay. This one. Before the payment node, I need a wait, because here we are just trying to simulate that, okay, there is a request sent to a payment platform. So this is the reason why I use the wait node here to wait for the, let's say we send the request, the response has to come back. And we need wait node for that. Here, I will change it to on webhook call. That simply means once they send request to it, then I will leave it as get, and I want the response to be immediate. So once I execute, it will generate the link that we use to demonstrate that part of, say, we are sending a request to a payment platform. And here now, I just need to go and so we have this already. We'll just put the link here, send the request, and the node should be ready for us. What the fuck? Okay, yes, executed. Yes, this is the data we're passing through it, the ID, the amount, the status, and email to demonstrate that, okay, it actually go to a payment platform. Then once it's back, I take the data. I also prepare the way I prepare the other data. So I will use this is where I now need to use HTTP node. One minute, please. Okay. So when the payment comes back, I also want to take the data and prepare it the way I want. That's the same thing I'm doing here, what we did last time with the set node. Then this one is having query.id. So I prepare it as ID, amount, change it to amount, and status. And the email. We also execute it. Then we have our data available. So next thing here that I want to introduce is called logic node. This logic node is used to determine where you want the flow to go. For example, like what we are trying to do here now, if we have a payment, if the payment is successful, we want to proceed by retrieving the customer's details and sending them notification that, okay, the payment is successful. We will ship their order immediately. And just because of time, I will have been doing this. It's good to best practice to rename all these nodes to to what the node is doing, in case of next time when you come back and check, you'll be able to see, oh, you'll be able to remember quickly that, okay, this node is doing this. Like this one, okay, let me just continue. And this is how you actually rename your workflow. This one is order process, and let me name it 3. Set node. Next, if I'm introducing the logic node now, this one is, I'm using if. There are switch, other ones, no, that can still do similar thing, but I'm going for if. If is enough for me. Okay, now I need to check the status of the request I sent for payment, if it's successful or not. Then, and I have the data here, it's easier for me to just pull it down here. Status. Okay. Now, since I'm comparing text, I will leave it as string. And if it is equal to success is what we are looking for. Because if it failed, they don't need to proceed. We just send the email to the user that the payment failed. And if it succeed, we proceed by retrieving their details. So this is what that node we do. Now, at this point, I also need to keep the data for that payment when it comes back, because if I proceed like this with this automation, most of the payment details will not follow the next node because we'll have branched out. Maybe I've branched to the fact that the payment failed. Then the data that I have here will not get to this place. But that's why I need to save when the payment request response comes back, I need to also save its own data. So I will use another set node to hold the payment data as well. Here I want to move it to the center. If you want to move the whole node, just to highlight everything by clicking outside of it, you click the canvas like this and drag to the last page and move it to one side. Then you can keep adding. So what this field does is just to hold the data for me. The payment data. Then if it is successful, I want to retrieve the user's details now, which is we have with us. Then this one, I'm just demonstrating with dummy JSON where I can just get a user data to just demonstrate that, okay, yes, once the payment is successful, we actually have a data that we can use to do this. So I'm using HTTP node for that to make the request. The dummy data, I need to check online for that now. I can remember their URL. JSON data. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes. So here now. Okay. Let me copy this one straight. And I put it there. This request is a GET request. No need to do any other thing. Then I will execute. This will give us users data. And once we have the user's data, this is a perfect example of using that set node. You can see that this is so long that we only need the user's name, the email, the first name, last name, and username. So we don't need more. So I also need a set node to only remove the data that I need from the request I just made now. So here, I'll start with the first name. To be consistent as well, I change it back to my own style. we call this style snake case. There is camel. Okay. I also need the username and phone number. So I'll take it, put it there as the user's name, the phone number, drag it there. It's already the name that I want. Leave it that way. Okay, let's just take this for now and execute this. Then this is now the data that will be available to us going forward. You can come here to zoom out so that I'll be able to see every node that I have put together so far. The next node that we use now, it's time for me to consolidate the data now, so that by the time I'm sending the notification, maybe through email, Telegram, or WhatsApp notification, I'll be able to have the data in one source to use. And this node that I'm introducing now is called merge node. It is used to merge together multiple data, and it works in a different way. The mode depends on how it works. What we are going to use is append, but I just want to show you that it also have other options: combine, SQL query, choose branch. So I'm going for append right now. I know already that I have like 3 sources of where my data is coming from. Then number of inputs, I select 3. Move forward. Here, this is the first one. This is important because if it's not arranged the way the data first appear on the automation, it will not combine them together very well. It's not append them very well. So you have to take note of that. The first node that will go in is the feed node. This one is no go there. So the first node that will go in is this. This is the first data that arrive on this automation. And the second node that will connect to the merge node is this one. And the last is this. So I double click to open it so that I can see, also test if it's working. So all I need to do is execute this first. Then yes, now data is coming now. So I want to give this a rerun so that the whole data can come in at the same time. I hope you guys are still hearing me.
Yes, I can hear you. Please confirm maybe with thumbs up if you can hear us.
Okay, thank you. Though I want to say, yes, I want to rerun it now so that I can have my data get to this place at once. We're almost done. What's my name? Submit. Then let's now simulate the payment tool. I'll copy this. And paste here. Here I've already used one before so that I can use the data again. Don't need to waste our time typing. And I send the workflow was started, which means it received it successfully. Now you can see for every node that has executed successfully to be green, and everything is green up to this point. If we open this one that consolidate our data, You should be able to see now that he has completed the O3 data. This is the order. This is the one that comes from the payment, and this is the one we retrieve as the user's details. Then we'll move to the where you now get notification. Here I'll be using email. I use Gmail to send the notification. And I'll go for choosing send a message. You can go for any other option if it is reply that you want to target now. But for now, send a message. And here you will connect your Gmail. You connect this platform to your Gmail. Because of time, I've already connected my own. This is it. And if you want to set up a new one, it's just to click here, then select the connection using OAuth, client ID, fill this up and save. Once you save, the button to test will now pop up. You test it. If it's connected successfully, then we're good to go. So I'll use my own that I've already connected to it. Resources, you leave it as message. Operation, I want to send email. To which email? To the customer's email. All I need to do is to now drag this email to this point. So any email that's coming in, no. The subject, order confirm, the order confirmation. Email type, you can use HTML or use text. I will use text for, yeah. Then we can just do something simple as there, then use the name we retrieve from that the person specified by just dragging it from here to here. With this, we'll be able to say the customer that actually requests the order and make the order. Dear customer, I may tell you your payments or your order with I just want to do something simple so that we'll be able to stick to our time. Your order with payment or with product name. So I'll drag the name from here. This is product name. And with payment reference. Let's leave it like that. So we know that email message body can contain more than that. So I'll just leave it like that. And say maybe sales team. This side preview what you will see at the end of the day. And yes, that's it. So here now I'll go to the settings and turn on this execute once. If I didn't turn on this execute once, the node will execute like 3 times because it's saying 3 items here. And I only need this data for here for just notification purpose. I only need to send it once. And that's why I turn on this one. Then it will just go once. Okay. So I can only execute this last one because we've executed all this one now and it has data already. Once you click play, the message has been sent. Let's go and check my inbox. Let's see the message there. So Yes. Order confirm. This is order processing automation in its introductory class. Yes, thank you. I think I've
Yes,
demoed it
thank you.
all.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ahmed. Please, let's give him a thumbs up. Let's encourage him. Thank you so much. That was wonderful, right? That little automation you just saw, this is something that most companies are struggling with. You can agree with me that, in fact, let me even ask, okay, let me ask this question. Please, can somebody tell me one or two processes that you do manually in your organization, right? Just tell me, then I will tell you how it can be automated. For those of you working for a company or for your own, just tell me those things that you do manually, those things that you've identified that are doing manually. Can somebody just unmute and speak, please? Yes, I need various options. Let's just make the class interactive. We are almost done. Yes, please. Okay, Ipe, please, can unmute and speak. Okure, I'll call you later. Yes, please, unmute and speak.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so I work with the ministry where we host a lot of conferences,
Okay.
and we're always the set man of the ministry is an author, has a lot of books, has a
Okay.
lot of messages, has a lot of materials that we always have issues trying to gather information and data, especially for book orders and appointments, and
Okay.
then registrations too for all the conferences, because people coming from all over the world. So we have issues getting their details, running accommodations, payments, preferences, and also VIP treatment and all those things. So
Okay.
this is something that I feel will really help.
Yes, thank you so much. You can see that based on what you just said, all right, you get information from different places, all right. You can consolidate this information using automation, and I believe in the process of all this, somebody is interfacing with all this information, doing strenuous work, all right, doing manual work, doing too much work. With automation, you can just create an automation that captures data from diverse places and then send as email, organize and send it to you while you focus on something else. This is what automation can do. You can see from this session that it relates to the problem you're facing. Thank you so much. Yes, who else? Please, we need one or two persons to tell us the manual things that you have identified in your organization that can be automated. Yes, please. I saw Okore's hand, maybe he left. Who else can try? There are those things that you do manually in your office or your office is doing manually that can be automated. So I just want you to look deeper and you identify them. Yes? Anyone that wants to go again? All right, so let me share something with you. For those that are joining us, we introduce Talent Digits and what we do, right, at Talent Digit. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen, please? Can you see my
Yes.
screen? All right. So what you just saw is just an introduction to AI automation. There are a lot of things that you can automate yourself. And like I said, companies, are doing things manually, right? Organizations are doing things manually, right? So they are looking for AI automation specialists that can automate these things, like what Ipe just said. These are the things, these are just little of so many things that companies are struggling with. So currently, we are running the next cohort of our AI automation specialist class, which is coming up this April. All right, the date will be announced, and we are giving 50% discount to those who are interested. Like today, if you indicate interest today, even though you're not paying today, and then you have access to 50% discount for you to learn AI automation. What you just saw was just an introduction. Then we have a whole complete curriculum, right, with 10 different projects that cut across various industries, like in finance, in sales, in marketing, in HR operations, and all that, right? So the link to register will be shared in the WhatsApp group. So if you are interested, you can learn online, virtual class like this. You can, learn physically, and whatever option you choose, you have access to tons of materials, tons of support, and of course, project portfolio that you can showcase to organizations. So this is just what I wanted to point you to. The registration cycle is going to close very soon. So if you want to have access to the 50% discount, so I will drop a link. Whoever register, even if you're not paying today, at least indicate interest, then we'll contact you and then get more details about it before we move the price to 100%. All right. So please, any question before we close for today? I don't want to waste our time. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? I believe we had a wonderful session. Mr. Ahmed did justice to that. Mr. Emmanuel, please, you can unmute and speak.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. And thanks, Ahmed, for this introduction. This is very, very wonderful. While you
Thank you,
were
sir.
doing the demo, I think there's a part, I don't remember fully, but there's a part where you're filling a form and there's the authentication options. I was just wondering what are like the potential options for this, like thinking of from security perspective as well, to understand how
Yes,
secure these workflows can be.
yes, it's secure because you can use OAuth authentication, you can use basic authentication, and you can use JWT authentication.
Oh, okay. So it's not just like plain endpoints.
No, it's not plain endpoint. And N8N itself, they've provided all those authentication means.
Yeah. Okay. I think maybe we can chat more about that too, to
No
understand
problem.
how they manage like the certificates and all that. Thank you. And
All right.
so another question I had is, so for the form, for instance, are there options to customize the final output, how it looks? So let's say for company A, they might decide to use like a red color branding, while a different one might, for a different automation, you may want to use like green, that sort of thing. Does that come with the automation?
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, go on, sir.
Yeah, no, the question is directed to you. Yes. So since
The
you are
answer
not,
is yes. Yes. Okay.
yeah, you can customize the form the way you want it to look like. In fact, you don't even need to use the embedded form in N10, right? You can build your own form. A front-end developer can build a customized form, right? This one, you're not going to use the N10 form node. You're going to use a different form node entirely, probably a webhook, right? In which you get a URL and then an HTML form is developed, and then you embed the URL. Your automation will be listening for events that is coming, that is triggered through the submit button. It's absolutely flexible. All right. So if there is no other question, we're going to end it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. I believe this was impressive. I believe you learned one or two things. And I hope we're going to be bringing classes like this in the community. Please stay in the community because more of these classes will be coming. So if there are no other questions, we're going to end it for now. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. You did great work on this. Thank you and God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.